my friends, welcome to Yoga with Christy. This video is all about any of you that sit at a desk all day. I know right now because of COVID, a lot of people are having to work from home. So this is a really great stretch for you guys to do after a long day or even just hours. Even if it's an hour or two, some nice stretches that you can do. You don't have to do this whole sequence. You can just kind of pick and choose what you want. This sequence is also made for really anybody, but it is targeted towards those of you that tend to sit all day. So I do encourage you to have some props nearby, whether it's a blankie. I'm sitting on a blankie. I like to have this to pad my knees. If you have a couple blocks, grab those and maybe a pillow or a bolster. Don't panic. If you don't have blocks, find something around the house. It can be soup cans. It can be something that you don't want to put all your weight into it, but something to give you a little bit of support. I encourage props. So if you do have them nearby, bring them, pause this video. Otherwise, let's just get right into it. So the very first pose that I like to start with is Child's, because it kind of calms the mind down a little bit after a really busy day. So again, if you have a blankie, you can have the blankie nearby. Bring the big toes to touch, knees mat width apart, walk the hands forward, get those sit bones towards the heels and just let that heart melt, forehead comes to the earth. So again, you can take Child's pose how you choose. I like this shape, but if bringing your knees together, reaching forward is more accessible to you or more comfortable, same with arms behind, you have those three options available for you. So let's just get into it. Get into your pose if you're not already there, and breathe. Big breath in, big breath out, just letting go of the day, right? Sometimes after a long day, we just got to get it out of our heads and just get back into our breath. Good. See if you can relax. Let the shoulders roll down the back. Nice big stretch. Nice big breath. Good. Engaging that core. Walking the hands back. Good. Coming up nice and tall. Bring the knees together. And maybe just hanging out here for a moment. Again, sitting up nice and tall. If this is too much for the tops of your feet, you can come forward, roll up a towel, get some extra padding, okay? Sitting up nice and tall. So we have a tendency to round those shoulders when we're at the desk all day. We kind of like tend to curl and cut off, but we cut off all this circulation here. So we need to just open up, find that nice length in through the core of the body. Good. And open up those shoulders. Just bring them back and down. Nice big circle. Just feels so good. And when you come back, like really emphasize just opening that chest and maybe just lingering here for a moment. Just opening that chest. Good. And then reverse your circle. Whenever you feel it's ready to reverse, and maybe you can alternate. Because when we sit all day, we just put our body in this weird shape and we just don't have an opportunity to move and we're so rigid. Good. Opening up through the chest, coming to a standstill, making sure those shoulder blades are drawing down the back. Pull the belly button in, so almost pulling the pubic bone towards the tail and lift. Yeah. Good. And maybe grab for opposite elbows here. Now, if you're finding this is too much on your knees, you can transition to your cross-legged variation, but you could always come up here too if you're like, oh, my legs are killing me. So the point that we're trying to do here is we're trying to open up that chest. We're trying to push those shoulder heads, or those the shoulder heads. Yeah, I guess they're the shoulder heads, right? Pull them back. Perfect. Breathe into the chest there. Very nice. Try not to press your belly out or your pelvis out. Stay nice and long. Good. And come back down. Good. Same thing. Arm across the body. And again, if it's too much, you can come up onto your knees. You have options. Good. Right arm across body. Breathe, and maybe just a nice gentle, but keep the right shoulder down. Just a nice gentle pull just below the wrist, just to get a little bit of a deeper stretch here. Good. Switching sides. So again, bringing that left arm across the body. Drop that left shoulder and just see if you can gently pull. It's a very gentle, loving pull on the left arm here. Nice big stretch. Try to make sure your right arm is relaxed and not straining with this pull. It's gentle. Good. Letting go. And again, you can do some of your own little movements here. Whatever feels good for you. Awesome. I'm just going to fix my blankie here. So coming to hands and knees, we're going to come into cat-cow. So first we come into a nice neutral spine. Get those knees right underneath the hips. Wrists right underneath the shoulders. Make sure the fingers are spread nice and wide. Neutral spine here. So pull the belly button in towards the low back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Shoulder blades draw down towards the sit bones. Perfect. So nice slight engagement, but not like crunching your core. Just a nice pull. Nice engagement, and then relax. Pressing into the tops of the feet. This is your nice neutral spine right here. Just notice, keep your gaze down, breathe. Press the earth away, feeling everything engaged at this moment, creating complete body awareness. Good. Let's do some cat-cow. So as we inhale, we're going to look up, drop that belly. And then exhale, rounding through the spine, curling. Bringing that tail towards the nose. Exhale, drop. Belly, lift, gaze. And exhale, rounding. Now we don't want to speed up cat-cow. We really want to feel and understand our spine here, our spinal flexion, and just maybe pausing a moment. And just letting the belly hang and just noticing, what's going on. Once you've had enough of that, engage the sit bones, bring them together, start to curl, core goes in. Good. And just keep that going. And again, cat-cow, you can do as many times as you like. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to do one more round here. Good. Come to a neutral spine after your last exhale. Absolutely no rush. Good. Our next pose, we're going to walk the hands forward. Press the earth away with the hands, with the palms. Tuck those toes, and you're going to come slightly forward, and then you're going to send the sit bones up nice and high. So for those of you who have never done down dog before, take breaks as you need, okay? Doesn't have to be strenuous. If you don't like down dog or it's not in your practice, you can definitely, come to child's, or you can just kind of practice shifting your weight front and back, okay? Whatever works. So if you're in downward dog, pump those legs, give them a pedal, as if you're stretching the calf muscles here. And maybe just taking a moment to really find that sit bone to heel connection with that right heel. Pause. Keep pressing the earth away with those hands. Good, and switching sides. So a little bit of work here. Little bit of work. Little bit of fire. Good, and for those of you that just want to go into your fullest expression, you can bend those knees, lift the tail, press the earth away, coming into your nicest downward dog. I have to keep bent knees. I need to go wider in my stance because my hips are super tight, so I just need to play around in this pose. And then draw that chest through. Perfect. And come back down onto your knees. If you need to give your wrists a little bit of love, massage them a little bit. That's a lot going on. I know. But the reason why when doing a sequence for people who sit all day, it's such stagnant energy. So I want you to work just a little bit, just to get things moving, right? To get you to breathe, to get you to just, you know, contract some muscles, stay nice and strong, right? So we can work with those parameters we're working with when it comes to poor ergonomics. You know, we can be aware and be like, oh, I need to open up. Good, hopefully that was enough time for you to massage your wrists a little bit. All right, so we're gonna come back into that downward dog. So again, knees underneath the hips, walk the hands slightly forward. So all the weight is now on your finger and thumb here. Gripping with the fingertips, come forward and then up and back just to kind of get back into your body here. Good. Bending those knees. And then I want you to just enjoy this walk back. Now, if this is too much for you, you can just come into a nice forward fold from however you want to get there. Cool, so now we're in a forward fold here. So bend those knees as much as you need. You can sway from side to side, whatever works best for you. You can grab for opposite elbows, have a bit of fun here. Maybe rocking front and back, just kind of feeling it out. Any movement. Good. So inhale, we're going to come to a nice flat back, hands on thighs, nice long spine here. Send the sit bones towards the back of the room. Good, come on down one more time, float it up. Hands on thighs, gentle push, shoulder blades go down the back. Good. One more time, float. And hold here for a second. So this is nice. As you can see, my knees are still very bent. Mine aren't very straight. I prefer forward fold from here. That's just my personal preference. I find I get too much of an arch here, but I just find that this is just so much nicer. It feels nicer. It feels much more organic. So again, just because an instructor says here, well, maybe it feels better here as long as you got a nice long spine. That's perfect. Breathe. I know I'm working you. Come on down. Walk the hands forward. Come into a nice plank. And then just engage everything here. Nice long line. Glutes are engaged, fantastic. And drop those knees, come all the way onto your belly. Good, take those feet wide if you're tight in the low back. Press into the tops of the feet, good. You're gonna slide the hands down to about chest level. Keep those shoulder blades pulled in, okay? Forehead rests on the mat. As we inhale, press into the pubic bone and then lift. Coming into a nice cobra variation. So just hanging out here, just taking your hands to hover. Just working on bringing the shoulder blades together. Breathe. See if you can lift a little bit more. And exhale, come down. Place your right ear on the mat, windshield wiper the legs. So we don't want to go too high. We want to create length. We don't want to create strain in the low back. So let's try that again. Make any adjustments. So again, press into the tops of the feet, press into the pubic bone, elbows stay closely towards the midline of the body. Inhale. Good. Exhale, and then inhale, come on up. So again, I'm not very high up because I can start to feel something going on in my low back. So I back it off a little bit. Keep your head down. Take your gaze to the top of the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep breathing, maybe coming up a little bit more. And exhale, lower. Good. Left ear on the forearms here. Windshield wiper the legs. Ooh, I think that's enough cobra for today. Good. Press yourself up. So when you do so, keep the elbows at about a 45-degree angle here. Engage the core. press up, nice and tight. Good. Come forward onto those hands and knees. Fantastic. Maybe just finding a little bit of movement here. Yeah. All right. Let's take that right leg out. Nice long line here. And as we exhale, bring the right knee towards the nose, rounding through the spine like you did in cat. And then exhale, stepping that right foot through. Now, if you're struggling, you can always come here and you can always help your foot out. Give it a hand. I'm going to grab my blankie. So for those of you that are there, this is our low lunge. So here we are. Got my blankie. Do you have your blankie? We have these yellow rags at work. And I'm always, that we clean with. And it's yellow. And I'm always hiding it. I'm always hoarding it. It's so funny. Anyways, total side note there. So you're here, low lunge. Now, if you have your blocks, I definitely encourage them. So I'm going to grab mine because I am a firm believer in prop assistance. So here we are, making sure that knee is not going over the ankle. I don't want to see this. That's not cool. Nice long line. Good. Same thing here. Press into the top of the left foot. Slide those blocks back if you have to so you're not hurting yourself here. Nice long line. Good. Press through the right heel as you lengthen. Press that left hip forward. It's a gentle forward, so it's like you're squaring your hips off here. Good. Keep the core engaged. Find that lift within the pelvic region. Good. And then slide that right hip crease back. Very good. You breathe and hold here. Now open that chest, but try not to puff that belly out. See if you can pull it back in. Lengthen through that tailbone to the crown of the head. You got this. Breathe. See if you can relax and sink a little into it. Adjusting as you need. Big stretch here. Good. Bring that left hand, that left arm into the air. And as we exhale, we're going to do a nice little stretch. Again, it doesn't have to be very far, just enough so you can feel it reaching towards the sidewall here. Now don't torque your lower back here. Stay nice and long. Nice stretch. Good. Come down. Whew. Maybe just rock it front and back. Hello, Lucky. It's always fun when animals, pets, make an appearance in the video. All right, same thing. Coming to the other side, set yourself up. Left leg out nice and long. And again, knee to nose. And then stepping it, like you may have to lean on your right hand side a little bit. Good. Like lean into your right hand to kind of get up. Again, help your foot out as you need. And come on up. And just feel your way into the pose first. And then you kind of work from the bottom up. So you press through that left heel. You pull that left hip crease back as the right sinks in. Oh, but oops, I don't want to be drooping too much in the pelvis. I gotta lift. Nice little lift by squaring off those hips. And then that lift comes from the pelvic region. Belly button meets the low back and nice and long in the spine. So again, use those props. And I want you leaning. See if you can put minimal weight on there and then just use your strength. Breathe, you got this. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. And again, you may have to adjust. Keep breathing. Find relaxation within those moments that seem a little bit tougher. Just try to relax while still working, finding that balance. And one more big lift. Good. Right arm reaches overhead. Nice, simple side stretch. Nothing too crazy. Making sure that rib cage is rolling underneath you. Stay supported and lifted from the rib cage. Good, breathe. And exhale, come back through the center. Very nice. Hello, Lucky. All right, come on out and just rock front and back. This is Lucky's debut video. All right, guys. Let's step it back. My left leg is super stiff today. And again, if you want to come into down dog, just to kind of walk out those legs, got a little deep into the hip flexors there. So if this feels comfortable, by all means, do it. Good, let's make our way down to a lovely child. So let's just get back into those hips briefly. Hello, buddy. So nice child's pose. Maybe a moving child's pose. Again, we've been in a shape all day, and it's nice to just get some movement in, right? I used to sit at a desk for long periods of time, and I know the toll it can take on your body, that's for sure. All right, so if you're in child's, come on out. Sweet. Now, if you do have a block, and actually you can use a pillow as well, we're gonna come into supported bridge. So, coming onto your backs, and just pressing into the tops of your feet. So there's different, actually come down for a second, there's different levels. You can place this block, it can be on the edge, it can be on the lower side. So really it's about finding your, whatever is comfortable for you. So press into the feet, lift the hips. I like to go on to the second level, get that block right underneath, kind of like just in your lower back. So on the sacral bone. For those of you in anatomy, if you're not sure where that is, it's just on the nice, like, bony part of your back. Just right in there. And again, you may have to adjust it if you're feeling pinching or straining or discomfort. I mean, there's a good discomfort, but there's also a bad discomfort. So it's just a matter of figuring out, okay, what works. And just kind of hang out here. However, if this is really bothering you, definitely come out of the posture. Get rid of the block and just do some mini bridges for yourself. So if you're in the process, now if you want to hang out and bridge, hang out and bridge. But for those who want to see the mini bridge pulses, bring those feet underneath the knees here. You're going to engage that core so the back is nice and flush with the mat, or bring that, like, scoop that tailbone. Press into the mat and squeeze your glutes. Now you want to make sure your knees aren't going out. You want to keep them nice and forward. And then come down. Set yourself up, scoop, come up. And you can do that, and you can hold at the top, whichever works for you. So for those of you in supported bridge, give yourself a couple more breaths here. So the goal with these videos is just to give you tools. So if you're sore from work, you can either run this video, or you're just like, I really need to do supported bridge today. Like, I really need to see if that'll work. And if you can only do 1 or 2 of these poses, that's fine. As long as you do something. Hey, buddy. All right, coming out of bridge, nice and easy. Good stuff. We're gonna come into our knees into our chest. Oh, goodness. Cats and knees into your chest. Right. Fantastic. Good. And just rock from side to side. Like, if that feels good for your back, then do it. Nice and easy. Good. And then from here, we're going to do a lovely figure 4. Take that right foot, place it underneath the left knee. And if you're here and you're like, whoa, I'm feeling a big stretch in my like right butt cheek, my right outer leg, like that's great. So if you want to just stay here, you can gently open up that hip. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring that left knee in towards your chest, grab for behind the thigh or the shin, and just a nice gentle pull here. But just being mindful of the shoulders. We don't want to strain the shoulders. Keep your chest open. Relax your shoulders. When you're here though, I want you to flex that right foot. Good. We want to protect our knee. So flex that right foot. And breathe here. Left foot can be relaxed or it can be engaged. It's totally up to you. With every exhale, see if you can draw that knee a little bit more closer towards your body, creating a deeper stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch. Good. Come down. Unravel yourself. If you need to windshield wiper, that's fine too. Coming to the other side, so left foot underneath right knee. Bring that right knee towards you. And breathe. So again, depending on where you are, finding your depth, being able to breathe and accept where you are today, and not push or pull. That's not what the goal is. The goal is to create body awareness and just becoming so in tune with yourself that you just know what you need to stretch based on how that part of your body feels. Creating that awareness. And through that awareness, you create empowerment within yourself. Like, I can do this stretch. And it feels empowering to know, you know, that stretch made me feel so good because I took time to do it. That's empowerment, right? Just giving you the tools to effectively become more in tune with your body. Good. Exhale, come on down. And again, you can windshield wiper, nice and easy, nothing crazy. Good. Knees into chest. And let's do a little bit of movement here, arms out to the sides, and just gently. Like you're about to do a twist, but you're not going quite all the way. Just a little bit of movement in the spine here. And let's bring the knees over to the left side. A little bit of a stretch here. Looking in the opposite direction of the twist. Good. Coming back to center. And again, same thing, other side. So let those knees fall over to the right. Nice and easy. Again, looking in the opposite direction. Nice little twist. Good, come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together and let them open wide. Coming into reclined butterfly. So you can choose to end your session right here. You can come into full Shavasana. I think I'm going to stay in butterfly to finish off this session. Reclined butterfly. Just taking this moment to notice how you feel compared to when you first started. Just let go with every breath. Letting go of the day, it's done now. Take time for you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video and taking time for your practice. And I hope that this video was insightful and that you can take this information and just apply it when you get home from work, or if you're at a desk job and you're working from home and you want to take little breaks in between, some stretches that can help you kind of get through the day. So thank you so much, everyone. May you continue to just work on being the best possible version of yourself and keep on doing some yoga. Stretch it out. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning. Namaste.